What's up, guys? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. Of course, in today's stream, give you guys a little bit of an update for Bitcoin because Bitcoin is actually breaking out right now above, finally $31,000. Okay, it's been quite some time since we have seen Bitcoin back at $31,000. It's actually been a few days only, maybe like 3 days or so, but still, okay, we are in fact seeing Bitcoin right now breaking out of 30K. So it is in fact above $31,000 right now. You guys can clearly see currently at 31,200. So this is absolutely amazing to see for Bitcoin finally back at 31K level. And every single time, guys, right? Every single time so far we have seen Bitcoin break above this level, it breaks back down to 30K, right? So we saw one right here, okay, when it was bouncing up towards $31,000. We saw one right here, right here, and now one right here. So the real question here is, will this breakout be different compared to these other ones that we have in fact been seeing for Bitcoin, right? Will this one be different? Hopefully this one will continue to go up to the upside, okay, to like $32,000, because I really want to see BTC reach at least 32K, because I think once it does actually officially touch 32K, I think it's just going to continue on from the upside, right? But it's still holding on very strong. At least Bitcoin is still above $30,000. I think that's all that matters right now. So that's absolutely amazing to see for Bitcoin. The market today is not really moving. You guys can clearly see the global crypto market cap is a bit higher than yesterday. Yesterday was at like 1.2 trillion. Now it's at 1.22 trillion. So the market cap is obviously going up. The market today overall is up 1%. So clearly for the past 24 hours, not much movements for the market. Even altcoins, right? Majority of them are not really moving. Bitcoin is actually up 1.8%. Ethereum, not really much of a movement, 0.90%. Right, but you guys see Polygon, 4.7%. You guys see Chainlink, 1.3%. Slight movement. Cosmos, 3.5%. Filecoin, 15.2%. Filecoin today is absolutely pumping, but majority of altcoins are not really moving, guys. You guys can just clearly see that, right? So it's just one of those days again, really. But in this stream, guys, in today's stream, I want to show you guys a fair few charts. Starting with this one, I showed you guys this chart before, and this chart is just pretty much indicating that we're going to see a resistance line breakout for Bitcoin, which is $31,000. Okay, we know Bitcoin right now is going at 31K. So the real question here is, will this time, will it be different compared to the other 31K touches that we have in fact been seeing for the past few weeks, right? Will this one be different, right? I really don't want Bitcoin to break down below 30K. I actually want it to reach a new high of $32,000, 33, 34, 35. And since it's July, and we know July usually is in fact a great month for Bitcoin, I'm expecting Bitcoin to reach at least over $31,000 sometime this month in July. So in the next couple of weeks, right? A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm predicting that we will in fact see Bitcoin have another leg up, but we got to see Bitcoin break this resistance line of $31,000, right? So it's still holding up very well. We will see, it's still at 31,200. So it's still holding up very well, but we will see what's going to happen with Bitcoin. But hopefully, fingers crossed that this is in fact the breakout that we have in fact been waiting for a very long time, and we'll see Bitcoin, break above $31,000. And of course, back up to 32, which will obviously, once Bitcoin reaches 32K, that's going to be a new high for, this year in 2023. So it's looking pretty good, right? Now here's a chart. A breakout will potentially happen, and the target is around 39K. Now, a lot of people have in fact been, predicting that we will in fact see a 35K, 38K, 39K, for the longest time. Actually, like if you guys have in fact been watching my videos for the past few days, then you guys would know that I personally, have in fact been predicting that we will potentially see this for Bitcoin. You know what I mean? I do believe Bitcoin will reach these price targets very, very soon. $35,000 is very possible, and of course 38, 39. This chart is indicating that it's going to reach $39,000. So time will tell. Some exciting times, and of course, like I said, it's July, so I'm expecting Bitcoin to really perform very well this month, 100%, because throughout this month, usually July, Bitcoin does perform pretty well. Now here's another chart. So right now, Bitcoin is currently having this. After more than a year, actually, Bitcoin has reclaimed the yellow band. Right, you guys can clearly see that right there, the yellow band right there, the yellow line in the Mayer multiple indicator. The next major resistance is at the orange band at $60,000. So yes, we could potentially see Bitcoin reach 60K. I want to say, I wouldn't say it's gonna reach it soon, but I would say it will potentially reach that maybe towards the end of this year or early next year in 2024. Right? I'm gonna still stick with 50K. I've been telling you guys that many times that 50K is personally my personal price prediction for Bitcoin to reach in 2023 towards the end of this year mainly. So around November or even December, I do in fact see a 50K Bitcoin, right, or over 50K Bitcoin, right? So 60K, yes, that's very possible in the next upcoming few months, but I don't see a 60K Bitcoin potentially this year in 2023. That's just my personal opinion. Like if we do in fact see Bitcoin reach 60K, then that's going to be absolutely amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. But we will see, guys. Okay, we will see. Bitcoin is more than halfway there to reaching 60K. So it's looking pretty good. Okay, things are looking real good for Bitcoin, right? Now here's another chart. Every single time we see Bitcoin form a bull flag or these falling wedges, I want to say, it always breaks out, and every single time it has these falling wedges, which means we are in fact entering the main market, and it hits bottom, and you see Bitcoin breaking out, which is what it's doing right now. It always tends to pump up and of course creates a new high, right? So this is pretty much the beginning of the next new pattern forming up to the upside for the next Bitcoin bull run, right? That's what I want to say, because we know we have already hit bottom, and clearly Bitcoin's breaking out of that bottom, and this falling wedge that we have in fact been seeing all of 2022. So clearly I've been telling you guys many times that we will no longer see Bitcoin at 20K or below 20K ever again in Bitcoin history. That's just my personal opinion, right? And I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that. So it's all up from here. Okay, we're going to see Bitcoin reach 40, 50, 60, back up to its previous all-time highs, 69, and of course 70, and of course 100. It's just going to keep going up in the next bull market, especially in the year 2024 and 2025, especially 2025. So exciting times, right? Exciting times. Now, here's another chart that I want to show you guys. Bitcoin seems like it hasn't had no blow off top this year so far, right? So we haven't actually seen a blow off top just yet for Bitcoin, but it could be coming soon, right? It could potentially, be coming soon. Time will tell. We just got to be very, very patient here. It still gives us time to buy Bitcoin, guys, right? It's literally now or never. Literally now or never. Right? You want to buy Bitcoin now at a cheap price, or do you want to wait, right? Because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be so much harder to accumulate Bitcoin when Bitcoin's back up at its previous all-time highs, because the price will be much higher than where it is now, obviously. And of course, it's going to be reaching on your all-time high. So it's either now or never, guys. And I'm telling you guys many times, even my most previous video, if you guys haven't seen my most previous videos that I've uploaded today, you should definitely check them out. I told you guys in my previous videos, you should definitely take action now. All right, you should definitely take action now before it's too late. Time is ticking. We know the halving is literally right around the corner, and once the halving happens, that's where Bitcoin really tends to pump the most, right? And of course reaches on your all-time high. Throughout Bitcoin history, it's always the same thing, right? It's always the same cycle. That's where it really, really tends to pump, guys. So I don't want you guys to miss this opportunity on buying Bitcoin at this cheap of a price. So not just Bitcoin, but altcoins as well, right? If you guys look at the market for altcoins, they are all cheap. Literally, especially altcoins, right? So that's that. Okay, that's that. I don't want you guys to miss this opportunity, but it's gonna pump soon enough. Bitcoin, okay, the Bitcoin bull run, okay, the next Bitcoin bull run, the next bull market will all happen very, very soon. In less than 1 year, this is all gonna happen, guys. So literally, you have, I want to say 12 months, but you actually have less than 12 months now. Sorry to say, yes, you have less than 12 months now. Okay, to stack as much Bitcoin as you possibly can, right? As you possibly can, because it's going to be like a magnet, guys. Okay, the next Bitcoin bull run, the next Bitcoin, halving, right? It's going to, lead Bitcoin up to the upside, right? To the next, bull market. We're going to see Bitcoin bull runs, and it's going to be like a magnet up to the upside. I'm saying that right now. What we saw in 2020, early of 2020, not early 2020, late 2020, okay, and early 2021, that's what we're going to see in the year 2024 and 2025, right? So towards the end of the year 2024 to early 2025, massive pumps, and all of 2025 we're going to see some massive pumps for Bitcoin, right? So exciting times, you know what I mean? It's going to be like a magnet, guys, so don't miss this opportunity. You guys can clearly see like Bitcoin is nowhere near its previous all-time high. So you know, that's why I always tell you guys, you know, we're not 100% in a bull market just yet. We're still in a bear market. You know, Bitcoin's nowhere near its all-time highs, so it still gives us time to buy Bitcoin at a cheap price, right? At a very cheap price. So don't miss this opportunity, guys. Okay, I really don't want you guys to miss this opportunity. It's either now or never, literally. Okay, now or never. It's really up to you. Do your own research, right? This is obviously not financial advice, but I'm saying this right now. If you want to get into Bitcoin and crypto, this is the perfect time to get in. We're still in a bear market. Okay, it's now or never. And I'm saying this right now, right? Soon enough, in the next couple of weeks, maybe even the next few months, right? This year in 2023, we're going to see Bitcoin pump to 40K, 50K, potentially even 60K, right? So don't miss this opportunity, guys. I really don't want you guys to miss this opportunity. Now, yeah, short term, okay, this is exactly what we're going to see. I showed you guys actually in yesterday's stream and yesterday's videos that we were in fact forming this bull flag. And we know every single time, just like what I showed you guys here, where is it? This one right here. Every single time we see Bitcoin forming a bull flag, it always tends to pump, right? It always tends to pump. So right now, Bitcoin is in fact forming this bull flag, and it will potentially have a breakout, and it's going to reach $38,000. Like I mentioned, you know, a lot of people out there are in fact predicting that Bitcoin's going to reach $38,000, but it's not going to stop there, right? It's going to go to $40,000, $42,000, right? Even 45, and then eventually it's going to reach $50,000. Okay, this is all upcoming in the next, potentially the next few months, right? So maybe August, September, even October, we will see this happen for Bitcoin. Okay, and then I really do believe November, December, I think that's when Bitcoin will continue to rally up to 50K. And that's why I really do believe, you know, we will in fact see a 50K Bitcoin towards the end of this year in 2023, right? So Bitcoin is still holding up very well, right? It's still holding up very well. And I really do believe this chart is pretty realistic on what Bitcoin's going to be doing in the next few weeks, right? Of course, it's going to consolidate as it always does, as usual, right? It's normal for Bitcoin to, you know, consolidate, which is great, right? I think that's the most important times when it actually does consolidate. You know, we should be DCAing and of course stacking, right? But that's that. It's looking pretty good for Bitcoin. Now, the final hurdle before takeoff is about to happen for Bitcoin, guys. Okay, I don't think Bitcoin's going to go straight up like this, right? Maybe it's going to consolidate just like what it's showing right here, but I don't think it's going to go straight up just like what this chart is showing. But yes, Bitcoin will eventually, you know, break its previous all-time highs very, very soon, and of course reach a new all-time high, right? And this is all going to happen, in my opinion, in 2024. I think Bitcoin will reach a new all-time high. I don't think it's going to happen this year in 2023. I think it's going to happen next year in 2024, right? Where we will easily see Bitcoin reach back up to its previous highs next year, and of course reach a new all-time high. But this is about to, you know, Bitcoin is about to take off, right? It really, really is, guys, right? So be excited for that. Now, the Bitcoin monthly return, since Bitcoin is slightly pumping, you guys can clearly see that. You know, it's back at $31,000, $31,200. You know, this month so far it's up 1.9%, which is great, right? 1.9%. So that's absolutely amazing to see for Bitcoin. And usually July, you know, like I said many times, July is usually a great month for Bitcoin. So I'm excited, and I know Bitcoin this month will potentially see, you know, we will potentially see Bitcoin reach at least 35K to like 38K, maybe even 40K this month, right? Who knows? But this month should be a great month for Bitcoin. Okay, and I'm just glad that last month in June we actually ended off at like 11.98% return, pretty much 12%. We'll round it up. I'm just glad that we ended off that month pretty good, you know what I mean? Really good, actually, in the greens, because usually June, Bitcoin doesn't really, you know, perform that great, but it did for this year in 2023, right? So that's amazing to see. The FinGreed index right now is currently at 62. It's in greed still, so that's amazing. Yesterday was in greed. Last week was in greed. Last month was in neutral. So, you know, the Fin Greed Index is still looking pretty good, still in greed mode, guys. So that's absolutely amazing to see. Right, absolutely amazing to see. So someone just commented, sorry. Someone just commented BlackRock can be accepted by August by BlackRock, by SEC, sorry. Yeah, that's very true, right? So we know BlackRock is filing for Bitcoin ETFs. Okay, we know a lot of different institutions and banks and out there, right, are in fact getting into, you know, not just Bitcoin, right, but just crypto. They're coming, crypto pros, I want to say, they're coming into the space, like, you know, crypto in general, right? A lot of these institutions are in fact getting in right now, and BlackRock did in fact, you know, we already know a couple weeks ago, BlackRock was in fact is, you know, filing for Bitcoin ETFs, and we know they're partnered with Coinbase. So that's absolutely amazing to see. And yes, it hasn't really been approved yet by the SEC, but yes, you know, in the next few weeks, potentially next few months, we will potentially see that happen for BlackRock. And once that actually happens, once they actually get approved by the SEC, we're going to see Bitcoin pop, obviously, right? And I really do believe this is why, guys, we have, you know, in fact, been seeing Bitcoin pump throughout, you know, 2023, because I really do believe these institutions, the big guys, right, the big doors like Fidelity, you know, Invesco, I think it's called, and of course BlackRock, right, was secretly, you know, buying into Bitcoin, right? And that's why we have, in fact, been seeing Bitcoin pump throughout this year in 2023. So I think they were the ones that were, in fact, buying Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was, in fact, pumping. I've talked about this many times, right? I've mentioned it before, but that's just my personal opinion, you know what I mean? Because someone out there was obviously buying Bitcoin. That's why we saw Bitcoin pump throughout this year in 2023, right? So I feel like a lot of these institutions were secretly buying the dip for Bitcoin. Okay, and obviously, like a couple of weeks ago, about like over a month ago, BlackRock announced that they were in fact filing for Bitcoin ETFs, and once they actually get approved by the SEC, we're going to see Bitcoin pump even more. You know what I mean? And I heard Gary Gensler is actually resigning as the chairman in, you know, the SEC, right? I've heard about that. I'm not quite sure. I saw like an article. I should have talked about it in today's stream if I can find it, but I don't think I can find it. I kind of forgot. I don't know if it's even true, because we know like over a month ago that that Gary Gensler was in fact going to be, you know, resigning as the chairman for the SEC, right? So it could be true, you know what I mean? Apparently it is true. But let me know in the comments below if that's true, because I'm not 100% sure on that. But apparently it is true. You know what I mean? That's just what I've heard. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good. Ethereum's looking pretty good too. You guys can clearly see. Ethereum's actually holding up very well in my opinion. Chainlink still at this support level in this resistance line. Still holding up very well though in my opinion. Now Litecoin. We know Litecoin is in fact about to have its halving. Okay. So some exciting times for Litecoin, right? Its fourth halving or third halving is about to happen for Litecoin. So we're gonna see Litecoin pump. Right. We're really gonna see Litecoin pump. So if you guys have, you know, been investing or hodling or stacking to Litecoin, I think Litecoin in the next, I want to say, few months, it's gonna pump. You know what I mean? It potentially pump back up to its previous highs back in 2021, which was like $400, over $400, 420, 422. And I think it will easily reach back up there and reach a new all-time high. I actually made a video a couple weeks ago, about a month, talking about this, and I do believe, you know, Litecoin will potentially reach a price tag of around $600 potentially, or maybe even higher than that, right? So some exciting times, right, for crypto. A lot of things are looking pretty bright right now for Bitcoin and crypto, right? A lot of these altcoins will pump, and of course Bitcoin will pump. We know the halving is about to happen. The bull market, the next bull market is right around the corner. So it's looking pretty good, guys. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I know it's kind of a short stream. How long have I been streaming actually? 19 minutes. Yeah, it's sort of a short stream today, but I just really want to show you guys little updates on Bitcoin and crypto. Obviously, show you guys a fair few charts in the stream as well, like usual. And, you know, just to let you guys know that you either take action now or never. You know what I mean? It's either now or never, guys, for Bitcoin, right? So I don't want you guys to, you know, miss this opportunity on getting into Bitcoin at a cheap price and just crypto in general. You know what I mean? Altcoins are cheap. Okay, I've been talking about many times. Bitcoin is cheap. Okay, and soon enough, these prices will rise. Okay, literally, the bull market is right around the corner, so these prices will eventually rise. Alt seasons are obviously right around the corner, so majority of these altcoins will pump. So don't miss this opportunity, guys. Altcoins are still cheap, very cheap. Bitcoin is still cheap, of course, in my opinion. So don't miss this opportunity. I don't want you guys to have that same regret in the next upcoming, you know, few months once we actually reach the next, you know, bull market and whatnot. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't seen my most previous videos that I've uploaded today. You should definitely check them out. I would really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.